In this video, guys, I'm going to be building my dream garage. You guys are gonna see it go from absolute trash, basically, to what it looks like now. You guys seen that. You're gonna see a big transformation, guys. Literally, this is all done within the span about a week and a half, so it's been non-stop. I wanna give a shout out to the Epoxy resin store over down there in Lake Elsinore. I wanna give a huge thank you to them. They're the ones who supplied the epoxy to be able to put down in my garage and gave me a bunch of tips and tricks on how to do it, because I've never done it before. None of us have ever done it. This is our first time. We were trying to find information out there online, but I think a lot of people gatekeep their information. They don't want a lot of people to know because in a sense, it's an art. So people charge a lot to do epoxy. For that garage to do the epoxy probably would have cost me like anywhere between like $8,000 to $10,000. But I really wanted to get it done, so I was like, you know what? No matter what, even if it doesn't come out as good, it's gonna look better than the raw concrete that I had previously. So the Epoxy resin store over in Lake Elsinore, I'll leave them linked below. You guys could use code ZAY to save money off epoxy if you're interested in doing that as well. So I wanna give also another huge shout out to CES Creative Electrical Solutions. They're the ones who did all the electrical in my garage. So as I moved into this spot, I knew I needed somewhere good to film all my videos. In my previous spot, I would just film all my videos outside, which there's nothing wrong with that. But now that I live in a neighborhood, I have neighbors, and I don't want neighbors to literally watch me film my videos, because for one, that's just weird. Two, I'm pretty awkward already as is. So if someone were to be watching me, I wouldn't be able to get anything done, to be honest. Of course, as we got everything moved, we're moving a ton of stuff. First thing I noticed though, the garage was absolutely not what I needed it to be. And a lot of renovation definitely needed to be done. The cool thing was the garage was actually already insulated prior to me doing the renovation, so that's actually kind of a cool add-on that this garage had. The first thing on this list to remodel the garage was going to be the drywall. Obviously, the ceiling had to be drywalled because there was none there, and then also there had to be a bunch of patches. So when they put the insulation in, there was a bunch of little holes in the wall. All that had to be patched up. I want smooth walls. There used to be vents certain places. We ended up covering those up because they're not needed in my opinion, especially when I have the vent for the AC. So I'll be able to keep it cool in there, which is super good. Of course, after the drywall is all good and all set and done, I wanted to start the painting. So I want to give a huge shout out to Juan too. If you're watching this, dude, thank you, bro. I appreciate you so much. He's doing such an amazing job with all the painting, even pouring the epoxy too. Like everything he ended up doing, he helped with, he did absolutely phenomenal. So thank you, Juan. Needless to say, he's the, I'm not even gonna put that in. The one for the job, bro. I wanted the entire garage painted white, so that's exactly what he did. He ended up spraying the entire garage white, and then I was telling him, I was like, I actually want the inside of the garage doors to be black. Not a lot of people do that. That's kind of unorthodox, but in my head when I was thinking, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be filming against a blank wall, and then you're gonna see the white garage and then the metal in the side of the video. So I was like, you know what, if I just paint it black, it'll kind of get rid of all of it and just kind of blend into the shadow right there. There were some shelves I had that were raw wood, so I was like, you know what, let's paint those black as well. I'll use them while I have them, and then eventually I'll probably get rid of them and get different stuff. But for now, I was like, let's just paint them black. Second thing on the list was to start prepping for the epoxy flooring. Kind of a long process. So basically the first step to doing epoxy is you got to clean everything out, and then you have to grind the floors. So I went down out to Home Depot to go rent a floor grinder and then a diamond blade. This is what you're going to need. So you had to go ahead and grind the entire garage, break up the surface and get all the stuff that's in that concrete, get it out of there, because you need the primer to stick. Basically that is the entire goal. And then of course you have to clean the floors as clean as you could possibly get it. From what they were telling me is like you should be able to wipe your finger across it and there should practically be nothing on your hands. So the most exciting part of this entire garage build, in my opinion, we got the primer, we got the resin, we got a bunch of the colors. We're gonna go with a silver pearl, a little bit of combination of both. It's like a little bit of silver and purple, he said. And then of course, we're gonna do a bit of purple. I don't have any lights in here as of now, so it's a little bit dark. But we got all the cracks filled in here, or drilled the wood into the ground, so we're not gonna get any flex, or hopefully not get any flex. This is as flat as we're gonna get it. The resin for the wood is entirely different than what we're gonna do for the concrete right here. We needed to fill a couple of the cracks in the concrete. Now I know for next time when we do that, we're probably gonna wanna pour it and literally scrape it and make it as smooth as possible, because grinding that down was kind of a pain in the butt.
Little guy right there, and probably definitely something like this. All right, so check this out. We got wood, 4 corners right here, so when we pour it, it's not just gonna go everywhere, because I'm not sure how thick concrete filler is gonna be, so.
All right, you guys, just a quick update. We have poured the concrete filler and all the cracks that we think might have needed it. I don't think the little ones really matter as much. It's really the big ones that you're gonna have to go ahead and fill in. Now we wait about an hour for the stuff to cure, and then after we do that, we gotta grind it down to make it flat again, and then the primer is gonna go on. We were grinding it, and then it kept like, I kept like kind of like melting the concrete filler, whatever the stuff is called. Like it kept melting, and then it was hard to grind it down. So we got it as flat as we possibly could. But now I know for the next garage. Then again, this is all DIY. We've all never done this before, so this is all of us kind of trying to figure it out, figure out how to do things. And there's not a lot of information out there on how to pour epoxy, because everyone likes to gatekeep. No one wants to share their secrets. So once we got all the cracks grinded down as flat as we could possibly do, it was time to clean out the garage once more and then lay the primer down. You have to wait 24 hours for that to cure before you could start grinding it once more and then lay the epoxy. So right here into the video is kind of where we ran into an issue. The grinder that I rented previously from Home Depot, I needed a 220 grit, like sanding disc. I could not find anyone. I called 6 places, could not find one. And I was also on a timer because I was renting this machine. So I was just basically wasting money. We got these buffing pads that some people online said that could like be similar to a 220 grit. We tried it, didn't work, to be honest. So we had to go by hand go through the entire garage and kind of do the same motion, because they said basically if you're gonna do it, you just try to apply even pressure, the same exact direction all throughout the entire garage. So that's what we ended up doing. And then the most exciting part was pouring the epoxy. So this right here, we had to mix all the components. The plywood area we're gonna start with first, because I was like, okay, the plywood area we can kind of test the waters, see how we do, and then we'll kind of know what to do for the concrete. All right, set a timer for 25 minutes. That's all they did.
It makes it different. It breaks it up.
Yeah.
Like this one.
Turned out absolutely insane. It was like a blue and purple mix. It wasn't a silver pearl. It was just another color that the epoxy resin store threw in for me. So I appreciate you guys for that. That's a cool color that we got going on in there. As soon as that was over, we decided to lay it on and pour it. And then we just did, basically they were telling us, no matter what direction you end up going, you want to follow the same direction entirely. So you don't want to like just squiggle it on. You want to literally be consistent with the pours that you guys end up doing. So we did like a diagonal pour in the square room, which I think turned out perfect. Okay, we're gonna use the 18-inch roller. We're gonna try with the squeegee first to see if we can find a pattern we like. And if we don't, to the roller, because they're gonna create like a different style. Whoa, 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 whoa. Too much? Right there. It's gonna be hard to cover. See. Whoa. We used a paint roller, kind of mixed it. As soon as we got the designs down, we were happy with how everything looked. We had to do the clear coat right after. So literally just loaded that up into basically what you use to spray your weeds, like those backpacks that the pest people use. Basically loaded the T200 up in that, and then we just sprayed it across the entire garage. Just waiting for that to entirely cure, and I think it just turned out so good. I was looking at the garage and we're like, okay, we gotta definitely paint the trim around the edges here black, because I think black just, it'll complement the floor a little better. So I was like, since the trim's black, I was like, you know what? We gotta paint the doors black too. And then I was like, you know what? I gotta buy new handles. I just gotta make the garage look as pristine as possible because this is gonna be literally my, I guess, man cave, my filming spot. Literally all the future videos you guys are gonna see from this video on is gonna be filmed in that garage. After the 100th trip, it seems like, to Home Depot, we got some more stuff. Picked up a new set of door handles, which I'm actually excited about, which is weird because I'm literally like, how much was this? I don't know. I'm actually excited about it too, which is kind of funny because literally this is a door handle. I don't know. This is what adulting is like. A couple more smart locks for the house. I'll probably be back at Home Depot a couple more times, honestly. But for now, one thing at a time, and we're gonna keep going at it. So here we go. So after the trim and everything had dried out, everything was looking absolutely pristine. One of the garage motors was having like a little bit of an issue. So I just was like, you know what? I want smart garages anyway. So I'm gonna buy 2 brand new motors from Home Depot, get those up and installed. So Juan did that as well. Killed it per usual. Now I have a smart garage, which I'm super stoked about because I'm able to open the garage from my phone. And say if I leave the house or something, I forget to close the garage from my phone, boom, I'm able to just close it like that. So yeah, I'm excited about garage doors. I know it's crazy. I guess this is literally just a part of adulting. I'm not sure. So after a little bit of measurement, we find out where we wanted to put the lights, and then it just started from there. We just had to mount everything up, screw everything in. There's like a million screws for those lights. But once we got all the lights up, it was looking really good. Service. We got all the lights up. It was looking absolutely like amazing. I was like, all right, now the garage is really coming together. It's looking real good now. So after that, Creative Electrical Solutions had to come back out, and we had to put in some of the outlets because the electrical wasn't finished just yet. We also put a little 3-panel light over there in the storage room. I wasn't gonna put another bay in there because I was like, 3 bays in the garage already is plenty. Not even that. I was like, dude, I don't want to spend any more money if I'm being honest. So that light's like 40 bucks from Home Depot. Got it. The long awaited garage reveal is finally done. We finally finished it up. So without further ado, let's walk inside. Let's show you guys what we got going on. Oh, my dog's in here. Look at this place. So now this is my fully customized remodeled garage, I guess you could say. I know you guys saw this whole garage get put together, but I want to kind of give you guys a quick run through of what we got going on. So we'll start off over here. Of course, the doors, I was like, for the accents, we got to paint them black, replace the doorknobs. And this is like little stuff. So yeah, I feel like I wouldn't really get excited about this stuff, but I don't know, maybe that's just part of adulting. We got the key padlock on here, new door handle, and then of course, this door is black as well. We have new garage door openers, so I could basically have smart garages so I can open them up from my phone. So this is what's cool right here, check this out. Click that, smart garage. quit playing. Obviously the whole ceiling got drywalled. You guys saw that. Not a lot of people are gonna paint their garage doors black on the inside. I figured I'd do it, why not? And I think it actually came out extremely, extremely sick. All around the edges of this entire garage, we have black trim. I feel like the black trim just really set it off. It used to be white, and then the black kind of hides a little bit of the imperfection on the concrete, and I think just having black trim in general looks super sick. I don't have all my bikes in here. I wanted to film this entire reveal before all my bikes came in, because once they start piling in, it's probably not gonna look as cool, to be honest. I'm just gonna have to find an entire way to organize all this stuff. Also, the garage is extremely empty. There's not a lot going on in here. Literally, everything is completely blank. So this area right here is where I'm gonna be doing a majority of my filming, and I wanted blank background just because I think a blank background is always gonna look good. From when I'm filming videos, for when I need to take thumbnails, and then obviously good lighting was a major key for building this garage as well. The purple is pretty intense, but I think it's also pretty cool because a lot of people just stick with gray, black, and white. And I was like, you know what? I gotta add a little bit of color in there. I've done purple stuff in the past, like purple builds and everything like that. Literally that mountain bike right there, that bike is purple. So it kind of matches up a little bit, right? So a vent for an AC unit. So cool thing about this garage, another super cool thing. This entire garage is insulated. So once I have the AC unit going, it's gonna stay cool in here. So this will totally be like a perfect workshop slash showroom slash whatever you want to call it, man cave, I don't even know. New outlets on the roofing right here. We got new outlets right here, this side of the wall, and then this side of the wall. With all the bikes and stuff that I have, I need a lot of outlets. I literally have a power strip cord right there, so I'm probably gonna end up mounting that on the wall and just basically having as many plugs as possible in this garage for obvious reasons. Gotta charge the bikes. And then if we come over here, this is more of like a storage room. Right now I have like kind of a janky little setup. We just have a table in here. We have black shelves over here that I'm gonna have to stock with stuff. Also, check this out. After my 1,000th trip to Home Depot, I figured I'd get a speaker. I'm like, I need to get tables, I need to get toolboxes, I need to put stuff on the wall so it doesn't look as blank. These two walls are staying blank. I don't know. If you guys have any ideas how I should design this garage or how I should do it, comment it down below. I'll be reading all your guys' comments. Some people were even telling me, they were like, dude, this is like a perfect place for art. I need at least one blank wall, but like, if any dope artists out there want to paint on this wall, hit your boy up. Also, we have this fellow right here. This is the first time actually showing him on YouTube besides a photo. So literally getting our own spot. I was like, this little guy came along and I was like, we got to make the dopest garage. Little does he know, all these bikes are going to be his at some point. So, but yeah, this is my son. His name is Zephyr. Zephyr is how you say it. Some people are like, what kind of name is that? My name's Zay, my wife's name's Fiona. Our names aren't common in general, so I wasn't gonna give him a common name. This is a cute little fella right here. He's just napping. Say hello to the world, buddy. I don't know, it's a wild feeling being a dad. It's like a, I don't even know how to really explain it. Unless you're a dad, you know, but like life's about to change. If you got a kid on the way, just know life's about to change, because I'm feeling that right now. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's a really good baby. We get lucky. Only a few nights we haven't got enough sleep, but it's worth it every time. What do you think of the garage, dude? He don't care. He don't care, but when he's in school, he's gonna be like, yeah, my dad has the sickest garage ever. This is definitely up there with one of my more expensive videos I have on the channel. So if you guys could drop a like and a comment, I genuinely would appreciate it. So thank you guys. But from here on out in future videos, we're gonna have pristine lighting, at least in the beginning and maybe the outro. Super stoked about it. Thank you again to the Epoxy Resin Store and Creative Electrical Solutions for the electrical. So I will leave them linked down below in the description. Use code ZAY to get a discount off some of their products on the epoxy stuff. Other than that, guys, that is going to be it for this video. A different type of video, but I'm actually really stoked on how this garage turned out. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys always. I will see you guys in my next video next Saturday. Peace.